Alright, today we're going to use a hard-tip touch marker to draw a daffodil. Let's start with a sketch. First, just block out the general area where the whole plant will sit. Then, lightly mark the spots for the flowers. Think about their size and position. Connect each flower to its stem. And begin refining their directions and the shape of the petals. Each little flower has 6 lobes, or petals, and right in the center there's that yellow, cup-shaped corona that protects the stamens. All the flowers join together at a main stalk, almost like the handle of an umbrella, usually with about 3 to 7 blooms on it. Try drawing some flowers facing different directions. Even one that's turned away from us. Don't forget the ovary at the base. Make it look slightly rounded. For the leaves, daffodil leaves are long and flat. Normally, each plant has about 5 to 9 leaves, sometimes up to 11. At the base, they overlap in a Y shape, without a leaf stalk. You can think of seaweed, but stiffer and thicker. If your leaves start looking too regular, just add one more. It's totally fine to keep it around 5 though. And underneath, connect everything to a round bulb. That's where we'll stop for the sketch. Now, moving into line work. If you want, you can skip this part and jump right to coloring at about 2:56 in the video. I'm using a green liner to outline the shapes. At the points where lines intersect, I'll thicken them just a little. Make sure to capture that Y overlap at the base of the leaves. For the petals, draw out the tips, and for the central corona, add some gentle folds. Don't make it look like a perfectly smooth bowl. The height is about half the length of the petals. Once you erase the pencil sketch and touch up any missing lines, we're ready to color. Starting with the corona, use a light yellow or a light orange as a base. Then, increase the saturation inside the cup to really make it pop. Add some darker tones around the rim and draw a few wave-like lines for texture. Use a little light gray for subtle shadows just here and there. Now, switch to a light yellow-green for the flower stems and the petal tips. You can layer in a touch of soft yellow as well. At the tips of the petals, boost the saturation, even bring in a slightly greener tone. For the leaves, lay down a base with a light green. Then deepen the shadows with more saturated tones. For the leaves in the back, use a grayish green and lower the saturation so they recede. Add darker tones to show where the leaves bend and fold. Color the smaller flower stems with a soft yellow-green layered on top. And for a final touch, at the tips of the leaves, Add a little faded orange yellow to suggest they're drying out. Deepen those pointed ends with stronger tones, then use a light yellow to bring the whole piece together. On the main stalk, use a bit of brown to show the papery covering on the outside. Layer over some green to blend it in. Finally, soften the distant leaves with a warm gray to lower the saturation. Then add some green again to refine the shadows. And that's it for the daffodil. Tips to remember. Each daffodil usually has about 5 leaves, and the flower stems all gather into a hollow stalk, like an umbrella. Each flower has 6 petals, and usually 3 to 7 flowers grow on one stalk. It's easiest to first decide the position, direction, and size of the flowers, then connect them to the main stalk, and finally add the leaves. And when coloring, focus more on the front leaves. The ones in the back can stay soft and simple.